The ulnar nerve specifically comes out of cervical root C8 and T1. From those nerve roots becomes the medial cord. Medial cord comes down the inside of your arm here. It goes through the arm, through this area about 4 fingers above the medial epicondyle. It hits an area of fascial, like septum-ish area, like a fascial container called the arcade of Struthers. It's basically a ligament that the nerve travels underneath. That's the first common entrapment site. That would be considered cubital tunnel syndrome. Well, let me back up. That's not just the first site. The first site's going to be the neck itself at the foramen of the nerve roots. Then it's going to be the scalenes, retroclavicular space, first rib, where the brachial plexus goes through the roots and the trunks, right? Remember our old school brachial plexus acronyms. And then through the clavicular pectoral fascia, that's where those cords are. That's another spot that can be entrapped. And then as they enter out that axilla area, out of that clavicular pectoral fascia, now we're into the fascial containers of the arm itself. It could be entrapped there too. It's a less common spot until you get to that area 4 fingers above the medial epicondyle, which is the arcade of Struthers, that ligament that it goes through as it exits those containers and travels to the forearm around the cubital tunnel. So the cubital tunnel is the arcade of Struthers all the way past the medial epicondyle around the true cubital tunnel, which is the ligament that holds the ulnar nerve around epicondyle there. And then as it goes to the groove, and then it goes, another entrapment site at the end of that area is the pronator aponeurosis, a very common spot for nerves to get entrapped in that flexor bundle, basically. And then the ulnar nerve travels along the ulna around the flexor carpi ulnaris all the way down to the wrist. At the wrist, it throws off a branch just proximal to the styloid process that goes dorsal. That's a dorsal cutaneous branch of the nerve root. And then the ulnar nerve. And then the other one stays on the ventral side and goes through around the hook of hamate through a canal called Guyon's Canal, which is another possible entrapment site. So Guyon's Canal is an entrapment site. And then you have a branch that goes from that area around Guyon's Canal, around the hand, that also comes to the dorsal surface as well. And then just within the compartment itself with the flexi carpi ulnaris can be an entrapment site as well. So many spots that the ulnar nerve can have adverse tension and have influences that are going to limit its ability to slide and glide within the container.